Tamsen, you have been the hall manager here at Woodford Memorial Hall for the last 2 years. Can you tell me a little bit about how that happened? Were you affiliated with the church before you came here?
I was, yes. I go to St Mary's Church next door. My connection with the hall really started because my now husband and I were looking for somewhere locally to hold our wedding reception, and having fairly recently moved to the area just before we got married, we were looking around and came to one of the antiques fairs here at the Memorial Hall to have a look. Fell in love with the hall and booked it for our wedding reception, which was lovely, and we thoroughly enjoyed having the reception here. And in the course of organising our reception, I was talking to Barbara Slaney, who was the manager here, had been for many years, and she mentioned in passing that she was planning to retire in the reasonably near future. So I kept my eyes and ears open for when the job came up, because I knew immediately it was a job I wanted to do.
That's amazing. So you got the job.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first thing that hit you as you walked into the job about dealing with what is a very large hall? And, you know, it is a listed building, so there are limitations. Mm-hmm. So what was your first major challenge?
Literally, I think the first major challenge was that within a week or two of being here, some branches fell off one of the trees in the back garden, which was obviously dangerous because the playgroup children play in the garden. So one of the first things I had to do was, which I had never had to do in my life before, was find a tree surgeon and get the trees fixed, which was quite different from the sitting at a desk in an office job that I had sort of anticipated it was going to be. And I've found over the course of my time here that it's really the sort of the maintenance issues, the building issues, the getting to understand about gas heaters and floor cleaning solutions and this kind of thing, which has been my biggest learning curve. I've always worked in administrative roles, and I think give me a desk and a computer and a few filing drawers, I can kind of work out how to do things, but it was the more practical side that I found the biggest challenge.
So how did you cope with it? You had no experience in that particular area. Are you somebody who's very lateral thinking? Do you just get on with it? Or was it just like, I'm in the deep end and I've got to deal with it?
Fortunately, I have good staff. And that's largely what it's all about, is that, you know, there are several, well, all of the members of staff here have been here longer than I have, and there are several who've been here for many years and know the building inside out. And I've been very fortunate that the staff we have here, you know, really do know their stuff and know intricately how the hall operates and how it works and how it's put together and how to fix things. And so I've been very lucky to be able to learn from them or ask for help.
And in terms of the fact that it is a community hall at the end of the day, so who do you have here? I mean, it's a big hall, so who are the people from the community who use this hall?
Quite a wide range, and we have activities throughout the week that encompass sort of all ages of people for a start. And we have the playgroup that runs here every morning, and they take children from 2. We have dance classes and theatre classes for young children as well, and right up through to adults. And we have brownies and guides meet here. The church obviously use the hall extensively, and particularly on Sundays for Sunday school. And then we have various other groups and activities. We have dance classes, ballroom and Latin dance classes 4 nights a week. We have karate, taekwondo, yoga, dog training, all sorts of different groups that use the hall, some of whom have been coming here for decades. And we also, because we try to let them all on Saturdays for wedding receptions and parties, we're able to reach out to other parts of the community that may not come here regularly for group activities or classes throughout the week. We have various wedding receptions and that sort of thing, and we've had different types and styles and denominations and cultures coming here to hold their wedding receptions and parties.
Such as?
A couple of months ago, we had a local Sikh family had two parties here over about a week apart. Different aspects of the whole sort of wedding process. We have one of the local synagogues, for example, comes here each year to hold their Rosh Hashanah services, and that's actually happening next week in September. So we're not just a Christian church hall. We are obviously part of the church and connected with the church, but we're open to all members of the community.
And do you find that mixture, that diversity, enhances your job?
Oh, I certainly think so. Yes, absolutely. Because it's all part of a learning experience, and I enjoy having different people coming in and out of the hall that I can meet and talk to and find out about different people's lives and interests and cultures and whatever. I think it makes it all much more interesting.
With regard to the history of the hall, I know you've only been here 2 years, but has that impacted on some of the work you've had to do?
It has, yes. I mean, there are obviously limitations with things that we can do in the hall, partly because of literally the historical fabric of the building, which we want to look after and preserve and maintain.
So it is a Grade 2 listed building?
Yes. Yes,
and as a result of that, you can only do certain repairs and certain building works.
Yes, exactly. Any building work or repairs have to be done sort of sympathetically and according to the rules and regulations of its listed building status. And the recent work that we've had done in the front hall, the new floor that's been put down, and the reconfiguring of the ladies' toilets and the addition of an accessible toilet, all has to be done within the regulations of listed building laws and regulations. So we've had to involve the council, and the conservation officer at the council has to approve the work that we've done and this sort of thing. And
in respect of all that work, was that the biggest job that's happened since you've been here?
Yeah.
And the most disruptive?
Certainly in terms of, sort of hours that have been put in and disruption to the hall, yes.
So what happened to the dance group when that was going on?
We were fortunate in the end that the way the building work panned out, it happened pretty much over the school summer holidays. So the dance classes that usually happen in the front hall, they were keen to continue all through the summer, but because some of our other groups were taking a summer break, we were able to move the ballroom dancing school into the rear hall for the duration of the building works in the front hall. And we shifted a few other classes and groups around as well. But it was quite fortunate that it did happen in the summer holidays when there was a bit of a natural break and some of the groups and classes that happen here weren't meeting anyway.
Was there a handover from Barbara to you when you came in?
Yes, thank goodness. Yes, I spent best part of a month, I think, coming here, just a couple of hours every morning. In fact, not every morning, but a good number of mornings, so that she could show me the ropes as much as she can. Obviously, Barbara having been here for so long before me, so much stuff was just in her head, and it's trying to extract as much information from her as I could was quite a challenge, because obviously there's all the stuff that's on paper that she can show. She was able to show me how she did things, processes and invoicing and accounting and keeping diaries and schedules and this sort of thing. But it's just the little nuggets of information that are in her head that it's not always easy to kind of know the right questions to ask in order to get that information out. And obviously there's no way that I can replace her experience. I just have to sort of do the best I can. But her 30 years of experience here obviously means she will always know this place better than me.
Well, unless you're here 30 years.
Unless I'm here 30 years.
Unless you're here 30 years. So you're now part of the fabric of the history of Woodford Memorial Hall. Has the job lived up to expectations, or has it exceeded it?
It certainly exceeded it. It really has. I absolutely love working here, and I love everything about the hall. And I mean, I still, every time I go into the front hall, I still think it's a beautiful hall, and I love it, and I'm so happy to work here and to be part of it, and and to hopefully, be part of its continuation in the community.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.